Hi, friends. I'm a little out of breath. I just realized like a minute before I was going to press the button that I didn't have my microphone. So now I have my microphone. So yay. So if I'm panting, that's why. Now, okay, here's our title today. So if you've listened to or read any of my content you probably know that one of my stump speeches is about how 99% of college music majors get trained for 1% of the music that is consumed by the public. My stump speech. Anyway, these percentages, of course, are rounded out for emphasis because they're not exact, but they're not that far off. Most of us start teaching with little or no experience about how to teach popular styles. Or anything, mostly, but specifically popular styles. And most of our clients want to sing popular styles or contemporary music theater, which is kind of really close to popular styles. So today I'm going to talk to you about 4 things you need to know to effectively work with PCM singers. And PCM, by the way, stands for popular culture music, which is a term I much prefer to CCM for both accuracy and inclusion. Because CCM, people think it's Christian contemporary music, people think it's Cleveland Conservatory of Music. It's not inclusive. Whereas PCM, popular culture music, is inclusive. So I like that. Today's live stream will not encompass everything you need to know. But these 4 things are essentials, and they're gems, if I do say so myself, which I just did. The 4 things I share today may be somewhat at odds with what you learned or as you came through your music education, but they are extremely important when you are working with singers of popular styles. At the end, I'm going to give you a big bonus tip. That bonus tip may be something you want to hear, or it may be the permission that you were waiting for, or you may be like, Meredith, I am way ahead of you. I'm already over. I got it. I also have a great freebie today along with all this great information, so stay with me. I am Meredith Colby. We do the thing. Here we go. My goal today is to remember to do all my slides. Can always have a goal. I have a dream. Okay, I'm Meredith Colby. I'm the author of Money Notes, which introduces Neuro-Vocal Method, a way to create healthy singing for popular music, healthy singing for popular styles or microphone music, whatever, that is based on brain science. Science. I'm going to be launching my brand new version 2.0 Neuro-Vocal certification course in February, so I want you to plan on taking that class. Plan on it. It's going to be great. It's a class that teaches voice professionals a different and exciting new approach to teaching voice for popular styles. Neuro-Vocal is based on the intersections of singing and neuroscience. It's also based on real-life, boots on the ground principles and applications for popular styles. And it's taught by me, your fierce and fringy instructor, who gives you the field guide to the real world of music while making you feel like a superhero for your clients who sing popular styles. I'll keep you informed about the details going forward, but put that on your calendar. I also want to let you know that you can work directly with me. I work with voice professionals all the time. Singers, teachers, and teachers who sing, singers who teach. When you're working one-on-one with me, you can focus in on the things that are most important to you right now. Are you prepping for a show? Do you want to get back into singing where you haven't been? Are you curious about how to make sounds in popular styles, how to explore that kind of music? Are you a gigging singer and you wish you had more stamina? These are the kinds of things I work with voice pros. I also help working singers create authentic sounds in a way that does not interfere with their artistic voice. So I don't tell people how they should sing, but it does create amazing range and vocal stamina for them. We just do the brain work. So if you're interested in working with me privately, now's a good time. I only work with a limited number of people, and I have some availability at this time of year. Go to my website, take a look, and maybe you and I can work together this quarter. Now, we are getting to, thanks for being here with me today. I appreciate it. And or if you're watching on the replay, delighted that you're here. I hope you can contribute your thoughts, questions, takeaways, experiences, whatever. Put them in the comments, or if you're on YouTube, you can comment below. I love to get the comments and questions. I love the thumbs and the hearts and the follow my page. You know the drill. Like the page, follow the page, all the stuff. All that stuff really helps me. So if you feel like I'm helping you, you can help me by doing those simple things. Thank you very much for that. And today, my freebie is an opportunity to get a PDF download called Your Studio Mic Setup. That's mic with a C, not a K. I conferred with a live sound engineer and my good buddy at Sweetwater, and found you a nice setup for your studio that is light, super easy to use. You don't have to be tech savvy at all, and really inexpensive. So I did the research, so you don't have to. You're welcome. This download will walk you through what you need to know and why, where to get each component, and how much it costs. So that's my little trying to be helpful thing. So again, let's do it, man. We're gonna touch on 4 things that you need to keep in mind as you coach pop singers. And there's going to be a bonus item at the end that is a very big deal. This is the biggest of deals. So number 1, for centuries, Western vocal tradition has been one of a master handing down their knowledge to the hungry apprentice. This model is rooted in a time when information was pretty hard to come by, and that and that's just not the case anymore. we are awash in information. So it's not all on the teacher anymore. You don't have to know everything. Your students learn from you. Of course they learn from you, but they also learn from any number of other sources. Some voice professionals can feel a little threatened by that and tell their students not to listen to those other sources. I mean, for instance, they might diss the high school choir conductor or their student's favorite singer-songwriter. They might tell their student that their favorite singer-songwriter is a bad singer and don't listen to them. You know, that kind of thing. But not to put too fine a point on the obvious, disparaging words about other professionals are not helpful. To coach a pop singer, you want to help them embrace all the teachers. All of the teachers. You want to help them learn how to learn from the various sources of information. So that's a special thing you have with your people. So I'm just going to put that up there. Help them learn how to learn from the various sources of information. You can help them learn what is important. What is important in different kinds of music? For instance, you can say, hey, student, your choir teacher needs you all to use similar sounding vowels because that's a value in choral singing. But when you sing as a soloist, not so important. And you can help them understand these differences. For instance, keep going. I have a whole bunch of EGs. How the music works by genre. You can help them understand, for instance, that diction is really important in staged music, like opera or music theater. It's important to some microphone-based genres, like country. Country music, it's a big deal, right? Lyrics are why people listen. But in rock, not as much. In metal, even less. So you can help your students understand how to listen in that way, like what's important. What choices are being made by the performer, for instance? Is it important to the singer that you understand the lyrics? If you're Elton John, no. Is the singer using the lyric, the melody, or both to guide their phrasing? You can teach your student how to listen for that so that they can make those kind of choices. Is the instrumentation very stark or very rich? Is there a lot going on? And then you can talk about, why do you think that artist made that choice? So those kinds of things are super helpful for your student to learn how to think, learn how to listen. How do different performance types differ? So for instance, between music theater, a staged thing, and a bar band, for instance, like those are very different performance situations. How are those different? Helping your student understand these things is super valuable, and they're probably not going to get that in the other information sources that are available to them. Again, if you want to sign up for the free download today, you can. It's called Your Studio Mic Setup. It's a guide for getting a simple, easy to use, cheap, and versatile mic setup for your studio. Put coaching in the chat, or if you're watching on YouTube, get the link in the description below, and you can get that download for free. Okay, number 2, exploring is a good thing. Not knowing is a good thing. If despite all you know about voices and singing and people, you have ever had imposter syndrome as a teacher, it may be because you think you have to know everything about singing. Everything about the voice, everything about all the musical styles, you think you have to know everything. If you are working with singers of popular styles, I want to encourage you to just get real with them. Help them understand that in popular styles, there's never one right answer. There's no one way to do things, and it's impossible to know everything about all the singers and all the styles. As a coach for popular styles, you can totally lose the right and wrong paradigm. And instead, you can think about things being efficient and inefficient, for instance, or sustainable and not so much not as much. You can differentiate between the voice part and the singing part and the music part. Show them how those things are separate and also together. Since there's never one right answer, you and the student can constantly be discovering together. And you can have a lot of fun with that, which is, what can I say? Obviously, I like the fun part. Straight tone is the default, peeps. You may have learned in your voice study that singing with a straight tone is a bad thing, either for aesthetic reasons or reasons of vocal health. Now, why that is both untrue and unhelpful to most singers is the subject for another day. We're not going to talk about that, but for today, I am going to emphasize that straight tone is the default sound for all popular styles. Vibrato is an embellishment. How much vibrato to use is determined by the genre and by the singer. Straight tone does not cause harm to the voice or to singing. Singers are capable of singing in any number of sustainable ways with both vibrato and straight tone. There is no correlation between vibrato and vocal health, and there is no causation between straight tone and vocal damage. So please get next to that or your students will sound weird. Different voice qualities. Number 4, different voice qualities are celebrated in popular styles. There are a lot of singers who have naturally husky voices. I didn't used to think that, but then I married one and then I gave birth to one. Husky is not synonymous with damaged. They're not the same. Demi Lovato has a husky voice. She can mix up to an A5, people. She's amazing. Some famously husky voices include Dua Lipa, Halsey, Axl Rose, Macy Gray, Amy Winehouse, Miley Cyrus, Brandi Carlile, and Rod Stewart. They've all had long careers. Husky is sustainable. So going forward, don't jump to the conclusion that your raspy-voiced new student has vocal damage. Please celebrate it. And really, celebrate all the voices, If you have a light voice student who wants to sing like Kelly Clarkson or Usher, help them appreciate Ariana Grande or Bruno Mars instead, because they have lighter voices and they're both incredible singers. If you have an older student who used to be a classical soprano but is now has a limited range and it hurts her heart, help her to appreciate how her low notes and help her explore other genres. You know, you might listen to some Diana Krall recordings with her. Diana sings really low, and she has this luscious low voice, right? And your new student might get really excited about that and want to try some jazz standards, right? How fun. Now, again, today's free download is, this is where the download comes in, you guys. Put coaching in the chat and get the PDF called Your Studio Mic Setup. It gives recommendations for simple, easy to use, cheap, and versatile mic setup for your studio. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find that link in the description below. And here we go. Here's your bonus thing. Come on, come on, come on. Get a microphone. Get a microphone. If you are teaching or coaching singers of popular styles, you need to have a microphone set up. I'm not going to tell you that it is optional. It is not optional. You need that set up in your studio. It is part of the sound. If the student is trying to learn to sing genres for microphone-based performances without using a microphone, their brains are not doing the right kind of work. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But it's a thing, you guys. The singer needs to be able to learn to intuit the way their voice is going to interact with the microphone. They need to learn to shape the sound with the microphone in a really organic way as they are in the moment, as they are singing. Now, you can do your warm-ups and your skill-based exercises in an acoustic environment. But when it comes to the singing and the song coaching, you need to have a microphone for them to work with. If you're teaching online, your student needs to invest in the microphone setup. If they're investing in lessons, they need to find a way to invest in the microphone setup. They're investing in their singing, right? You can share today's download with them. Easy peasy, really. It's going to make such a huge difference. I'm pretty sure they're going to thank you when they start working with the microphone. I'm Meredith Colby. Thank you for being here with me today, and have a great week. Bye-bye.